Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is a very special day because I came to the heart of Taiga to meet the indigenous people of this area, Khanty. Khanty are indigenous people of Siberia who primarily live in the Khanty-Mansi Autonomous region of Russia. They are considered to be part of the Finno-Ugric language family, which includes Finnish, Hungarian and Estonian. For centuries, the Khanty have lived in the boreal forests of western Siberia, hunting and fishing as semi-nomadic people. They have a fascinating culture with unique music, dance and folk tales that have been passed down through generations. However, like many indigenous groups, the Khanty have faced many challenges throughout their history. And in this video I will tell you more about their life, culture, traditions and challenges, so keep on watching. The Khanty people live on their own land deep in the taiga, and their territories are not open to random visitors, so I visited them as part of the tour. To get to their land, we drove for almost 2 hours from Surgut and stopped somewhere at a random spot where we were picked up by snowmobiles. On our way to the Khanty home, we made a quick stop at a fishing spot. By the way, we rode on snowmobiles down the frozen river the entire time. So this is how they fish. Khanty traditionally make fish traps by selecting a location in the river where a fish is likely to be found. Then they weave long, flexible willow branches into cone-shaped fish traps, which are covered with birch bark or other material to make them waterproof. Once the trap is ready, they place it in the water and wait for the fish to enter through the small opening at the top. The fish then swim down into the narrow end of the cone where they become trapped. Khanty periodically check the traps and remove the fish that have been caught, after they remove all the snow first, of course. This traditional method of fishing is still practiced today and is an important source of food and income for many Khanty communities. And now, after we picked up the fish, let's drive further to the Khanty house itself. By the way, I forgot to tell you that our host's name is Valery, and now we are going to his home, where he lives with his family. Oh my god, look how many deers they have! Oh my god, this is unbelievable! Hi guys! Hi guys! When we approached their house, I was surprised to see how many reindeer they have. Well, I knew there would be reindeer, but I had no idea there would be so many. Reindeer have played an important role in the traditional way of life of the Khanty people for centuries. They were a vital source of food, clothing and other materials for the Khanty, who used every part of the animal for various purposes. In modern times, many Khanty communities continue to rely on reindeer herding as a means of livelihood, although the practices have evolved with changing times and conditions. Today, Khanty use reindeer for meat, skin and hides, antlers, transportation and tourism. Valery has about 50 reindeer, and all of these reindeer are semi-wild. And even though you see them all here in the corral now, most of the time they stay in the woods, away from humans, and only occasionally come back when they can find food, for example, during winter. Or like today, Valery brought them all here using his snowmobile, so we could hang out with them. And at the end of the day, they will all be released back into the woods. Oh, this is so awesome, guys! This is like a dream come true. How to identify where is the male and female. At this period of time, the males don't have their horns. They drop them off in December. And the deers with the horns are female, because they are, I think they either pregnant or they're having like babies that they're taking care of, so they need their horns to protect their babies. After this awesome time hugging with deers, It's time to go inside to warm up a bit and have amazing lunch. Traditionally, a Khanty house is designed as one large room with a central hearth and a raised platform along the walls for sleeping and storage. The main living area serves multiple functions, including cooking, eating, sleeping and socializing. There are usually no separate rooms inside a traditional Khanty house. However, the raised platforms along the walls can provide some degree of privacy and separation for sleeping and storage purposes. And of course, inside the house, we were treated to a traditional Khanty lunch. Can you guess what this soup is made of? Reindeer meat, of course. It was delicious. Right now, Valery, our host, is gonna be making straganina out of this muksun fish. Straganina is a traditional dish in Russia, particularly in the Siberian region, made from thinly sliced frozen raw fish, usually whitefish or sturgeon, that is served as a snack or appetizer. Now let's go to the toilet. That's how it looks like. Well, this is not anything new for me. Toilet with a hole. Hello! No matter what temperature is it outside, if you wanna use the toilet, you have to go out, even if it's minus 50 degrees Celsius. So that's the reality of living in Siberian taiga and in villages in Siberia as well, because this is the only toilet they have. They don't have any other toilet inside. This is how they store the fish. I think that's the fish that was caught today. But I'm sure they remove it from here during the night time. Otherwise, the bears, the wolves, you know what would happen. But that's very interesting. It's like the outdoor fridge. And now I want to tell you the most important thing about the Khanty people, their land ownership. In modern times, Khanty don't technically own their land in the sense of having full legal ownership, as the land is governed and managed by the Russian government. However, they do have certain rights to use and manage the land for traditional purposes, such as hunting, fishing and reindeer herding, through agreements with the government. And also, when oil companies operate in Khanty-Mansi Autonomous region of Russia, they are required by law to negotiate and sign agreements with the local indigenous communities, including Khanty. These agreements outline the terms for the use of traditional lands for resource extraction and require compensation to be paid to Khanty. The specifics of each agreement and the amount of compensation is subject of negotiation. And now that we finally figured out the most important thing, let's take a little ride on the reindeer. Reindeer riding is a common practice among the Khanty people. They use reindeer to travel long distances, hunt and gather resources. But not only that, it's also an important cultural tradition that has been passed down for generations. And in recent years, there has been a growing interest in reindeer riding among tourists, who are drawn to the unique experience of traveling across the snowy Siberian landscape on the back of a reindeer. Valery's daughter Polina is a reindeer rider. She participates in various reindeer riding competitions that take place in the region. So we were so fortunate to have Polina as our rider for the day. Plus, we appreciated being able to ride as many times as we wanted. And it was quite fun, actually. Now we're gonna see something truly magical. Yes, they went back to taiga until they decide to return. As this adventure riding and hanging out with reindeer came to an end, it was time to head back home. We rode snowmobiles back to where we started and said goodbye to our lovely hosts before departing to Surgut. I hope you enjoyed joining me on this journey, and I look forward to sharing many more exciting experiences with you in the future. Thank you all for being a part of my community, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!